Solid best morning, everyone. I am glad to have this opportunity so that things will be made clear with regards to the required roof markings and wall markings for the Department of Education. I ask all the school heads to please give me your fullest attention so that once and for all, we can be on the same page. And hopefully, after this, all schools of the Schools Division of Bislig City will be compliant with the mandate of the Central Office. I gave this session the title, Beyond Aesthetics, a clarification on the required roof markings and wall markings in all DepEd schools. Why is that so? It's because the roof markings and the wall markings that the Central Office require all schools to have are more than just for aesthetics purposes. This isn't just about making our schools look beautiful. Before I discuss the technicalities, let us first talk about the legal basis for the roof markings and wall markings. As early as 2017, DepEd has released DepEd Order number 64, which provides the minimum performance standards and specifications for our school buildings. All schools were mandated to ensure that school buildings possess the necessary roof markings and wall markings. Here, DepEd says that a well-designed school building contributes to improved student performance and makes a lasting impression on the community with regard to the importance of education. In 2019, with a desire to produce a unified look in the department, DepEd released DepEd Order number 031, which provides for the Department of Education Service Marks and Visual Identity Manual or DSM-VIM. Through this, DepEd mandated that all officials and employees of the department shall follow the directives found in the DSM-VIM. It further provided that violation of any of the provisions found in DO 31 Series 2019 shall be dealt with through administrative disciplinary action and other legal remedies. With this, the Central Office reinforced its mandate that all schools should have the necessary roof markings and wall markings. As part of the Department of Education and as one of the divisions who has always wholeheartedly and soulfully followed the mandates of the Central Office, the Schools Division of Bislig City released Division Memorandum number 166 Series 2020 on June 5, 2020. Here, all school heads were directed to facilitate the installation of the required roof markings and wall markings. This memo, however, seems to have fallen on deaf ears. Thus, the division again released another memo to this effect to inspire the school heads to work on the roof markings and wall markings. The Education Facilities Section, with the support of our SGOD Chief and our SDS, took the initiative to hold a contest with certificates and cash prizes involved. I will not delve into the details of the contest now. You may refer to Division Memorandum number 087 Series 2021 for your perusal. Let's go into the specifications and technicalities. The DSM-VIM is very strict in giving us the specifics of what to put and where to put it, which is actually an advantage to us as it makes our jobs easier. For roof markings, the specifications are found in page 24 of the DSM-VIM with reference to DepEd Order number 64 Series 2017. To make the lives of our dear school heads easier, the Education Facilities section has attached a graphic guide in the 2 division memos mentioned earlier. What can be found in your school roofing are the DepEd logo and the school ID number. Let's go first to the logo. The dimensions of the logo should be 3.8 meters by 7.6 meters. So the height of the logo should be 3.8 meters. The length, on the other hand, should be 7.6 meters. Please bear in mind that the official logo contains not only DepEd with a torch thing, but also the words Department of Education below it. While we were going around some schools, the Education Facilities section noticed that there is no Department of Education below. Please see DepEd Order number 69, Series 2003 for the specific fonts and colors used for the DepEd logo. Then we have the school ID. The distance between the school and the logo should be 2 meters. Slightly shorter than the logo, the school ID should be 2 meters in height. The font style should be Arial bold with text thickness of 0.3 meters. The color should be blue with white as the outline with a thickness of 100 millimeters. It is the observation of the Education Facilities section that some schools do not have the white outline required. Hopefully, this will be corrected after this. We are done with the roof markings. Let's go now to the wall markings. The specifications for this are found on page 25 of the DSM-VIM. There, it provides that the only things that must be found on the exterior walls of the schools are 1. The DepEd name, seal, logo, vision, mission, and core values. 2. Portraits and sayings of national heroes. And 3. The name, ID, and location of the school. Therefore, all others not mentioned cannot and should not be found on the exterior walls. The DSM-VIM is very specific in saying that all walls must be free from any markings except for those mentioned. Now I understand that our division has its own branding, which is best symbolized by the Bislig leadership logo. Should schools wish to display the same in their schools, it may be placed in interior walls. Other things such as recognition of sponsors, donors, and other school partners may also be placed in one interior wall. So I hope that is clear. What should be found on the exterior or outside walls are only those specifically mentioned in the DSM-VIM. We are now done with the specifications for the roof markings and wall markings. I hope everything has been made crystal clear already, so that all schools will now follow what are being required by the central office. Before I end my presentation, I would like to remind the school heads that as per Division Memorandum number 120, Series 2021, all schools are required to submit the following: A. Photos of the roof markings. B. Photos of wall markings. And C. A video showing all the walls in your schools. The deadline of submission has been moved to March 10, 2021 on or before 5 p.m. I hope all schools will comply with the Vision Memo number 120. That is the end of my presentation about roof markings and wall markings. If you want to review this presentation, it will be made available on YouTube shortly after this session. I will provide the link in the chat box. If you need to have access on the division memos mentioned earlier, it is available on the Education Facilities section's site. The link will also be provided in the chat box, or you may type in tinyurl.com/BCDEFS on your web browsers. Please take note that this site also has other features, including a page where all documents relating to the Education Facilities section can be downloaded. Thank you for your time and attention. I hope after this, all our schools will already have the appropriate and required roof markings and wall markings. Again, I'd like to thank Chief Kinal and SDSU for giving me the opportunity to speak before the MANCOM members and for the support to the Education Facilities section. Sulig Bislig!